Yo, what's up guys? This is Felix. In this video we're sitting down with my good friend Gino from Gino Perez Adventures, and in this video we're going to be talking about the living expenses and cost of living here in his pueblo versus where I live in Colombia, and then we're going to be comparing both of those cities to how much it costs to live in the United States. So Gino, welcome to the channel.
Well, thanks,
I'm
Felix.
on your channel. Tell everybody how much it costs to live in this beautiful pueblo that you live in.
Well, number one, they won't believe me, but I'm going to tell them anyway.
Okay, let's hear it. What we got?
And they never do. So anyway, I've lived here off and on probably for 4 years, and we finally have our own house, and which is really nice because we don't have to pay rent, and rent sucks. So, but basically, it cost me for electricity, water, and gas 150,000 pesos, which is about, how much is that, Felix?
That's about 30, maybe about 30
bucks?
Yeah, about 30
about
bucks.
30 bucks.
Maybe a little bit more.
And then my internet is high-speed fiber optic internet, and it cranks. And I get it at I think it's 31 megabytes up and down. I mean, it goes really well. And it cost 100,000 pesos, which is 25 bucks. So we're all in for that at about $55, and then our food costs anywhere between $200 and $300 a month. A month, thank you, not a week, not what you bought at the store today,
And that's
but a month.
Not to cut you off, but that's 2-3 meals a day, eating every day. If you have guests, like, it's not like you're skimping. You're like,
No, it's not like we're skimping, and we've got people sitting at our table almost every day.
every day.
We're feeding an extra mouth. For example, we've got 4 extra mouths a day, and
Yeah.
that'll still be within the $250 range for the month.
Okay,
And
so we got your did you say your services were 150K? You don't have rent. How much was the property?
the property was $79,000 all in, 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, about 950 square feet. We're getting ready to put 2 more bedrooms on it and another bathroom. It's got a barbecue where you can go out and barbecue. It's got a stove. It's got a barbecue grill, sink, etc. It's really cool.
Okay, and then keep in mind, this is like, depends where you're located in Colombia, but, we both live in cities that have great climate, so you don't need any heat and you don't need any air conditioning. You might need a fan. A fan is like sufficient. You have a fan blowing on you at night, or if you have a fan blowing on you if you're walking around the house, but you don't need any heat or air conditioning, so you can eliminate that expense. When you tell people that, like I tell people that, like, I don't need heat or air conditioning, they're like,
They
can't wrap their head around it. But you don't need heat, you don't need it, it's just not necessary. So 150,000 for services. The property was 80K. Your food is 300. Property taxes, you said, were about 200,000 pesos for the year.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Not very much.
And then what about, just say, throw some, if you want to go up to town, maybe if you want to.
Well,
do
a lot of people go, well, you live in the boonies, and it's a long ways to go. Well, it's not. You can hit the hotel's swimming pool from here with a 9-iron, or you can hit the wall with a rock, and you can go swimming there, go into town to swim for 10,000 pesos. That's $2.50, I think. $2.50. You can swim in their pool all day. It's like 3 minutes to the town square. And if you want to go to town, you want to go to San Hill with 60,000 people. If you need something that you can't get here, it'll cost you $2 to get to town, 8,000 pesos. And there's bus that runs every 30 minutes. You don't need a car. I got a car. It's really nice. It's handy. But my car only cost me 3,500 bucks, and I put 100,000 kilometers on it.
Got you.
It's a Nissan.
So all in, calculating everything, you got the property, which is, by the way, I love this property. I was here 2 years ago, and you were somewhere else. But everything all in, you're less than 500 bucks per month.
Precisely.
Incredible.
If I had to rent somewhere, rents have gone up to like $250 a month for a really nice place.
Yeah.
For a really nice place.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell me where you're going to rent anything for $250 a month?
I think I was looking up something. I think the average bedroom in anywhere in the United States now, like if you're like in the worst area, like if you're in Southside Chicago, maybe you could find something cheap. If you're in you know, Camden, New Jersey. Maybe you can, you know, get between and find something cheap. But I think the average room is good. Just a room. I'm not talking like, you know, kitchen or like not an efficiency.
Rent a room.
A room will probably run you anywhere from 500 to 1,000.
Wow.
And then that's just a room. And then if
you got to eat.
Yeah, then you got to eat. So, but that's just rent. So 500 to 1,000 for a room. Like if you're in Miami, you're gonna pay over $1,000 just for a room. Then if you want something, an apartment, anywhere from, what would you say an apartment's gonna run you in the States? 15?
Cheapest 1,200.
12, yeah, and that's up to 2,000.
Yeah.
So 1,200.
Up to whatever you want to spend.
Yeah, 1,200 to 2,000. And then I'll kind of bring it back because people will say, well, Gino, you live in the middle of nowhere. I'm going to say where I live in Medellín. Well, I live actually technically outside of Medellín. I'm not going to say the exact name of the sector or the zone I live in, but I live technically like 20-30 minutes outside of Medellín, but I'm technically in Medellín. So I bought my property. Well, today's exchange rate, it would be $96,000.
Cool.
But I bought mine for $100,000, and it's, you know, top of the line. Maybe I could overlay it and show you guys like where I live.
How big is it?
It's 79 meters, I believe. It's about like maybe 800 square feet. Maybe.
That's like 920.
Yeah, 920 square feet. That sounds about
almost 1,000.
So it's you walk in, I got like a little den, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a balcony, a living room, a dining room. But you know, nice sized bedroom. Like all bedrooms could, you know, be for somebody. But one's an office for myself and one's an office for my girl. And then we have 2 nice super nice bathrooms, like showers, like raining from the ceiling style showers.
Cool.
It was just built in 2018, like very, very nice. So that was $100,000. I'm gonna need some help from my wonderful lady behind the camera as far as how much we pay, because I wrote it down on my phone, but my phone and your camera is recording. So, ¿cuánto pagamos todos meses o cada meses para comida?
Máximo 800,000 pesos.
Okay, so me and my girl's a wonderful cook, like your wife is as well, and she pretty much
$200.
Yeah, like $200, 800,000 per month, and every single day. You know, occasionally we'll go out, maybe twice a month we'll go out to eat at a restaurant, but just call it 800K. If we want to round that up,
let me cut you off for a minute. And people keep out, well, what about this restaurant? What about that restaurant? What you don't realize is when you have super Colombian women and Venezuelan women like Mr. Felix and I do, we don't go out to eat because they cook better than the restaurants do. So just had to throw that in.
Yeah. I mean, I like my lady likes going out just for the experience, you know, trying new foods. But when you got like women like this that cook like an expert level, there's no need to, you know, go out every day.
No, every time my wife and I go out, we're usually disappointed.
Yeah, exactly. So 800K, we'll even just call it $1 million, but 800K on food. ¿Cuántos pagamos cada meses para servicios?
Por servicios 300 y el internet poco menos de 200.
Okay, so call it 300K.
500 entre ambos.
So for basically what she said is for services plus internet is about 150K, which is about $125, and that's high-speed internet, water, electric, gas. Am I missing something? Water, electric, gas.
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you've got your HOA, but I don't have an HOA.
Yeah, he doesn't have an HOA, but I have an HOA, and there's HOAs in the States that are $500, $600, $1,000 a month. My HOA is 60. Pagamos 300 para admin, ¿cierto?
Sí.
Yeah, so I pay 300K every month, or like 285K, which is about $75 or more or less for like administration. But I live in a super nice, super clean, super safe area. Like I could walk outside whenever I want. I live in a very, very safe zone or sector, however you want to call it. So I got 250K or like 70, or just call it 300K, $75 for my HOA. My property taxes are 2 million pesos a year. So that is, just call it $500. Food is about 100, just call it $200. It's $200. 800K is about $200. Services and internet is about 500K. That's $125. I'm not running a tally, but I'll put it on screen as a running
But
tally.
you're all in for.
But I'm less than 1,000. Throw
under 700.
maybe $50 in there per month for Uber, because you could take a 30-minute Uber. I don't have a car. A 30-minute Uber for $5-6, which is crazy. A 30-minute Uber in the States will run you easily $50. But I've taken Ubers that are 30-40 minutes that cost me $10. I am actually going to probably buy like a moped just so I can get around from where I go. And then I go out to eat maybe 2 times a month with my lady, and that might run us just $200 because I like to go to nice fancy spots and stuff. And sometimes in the tourist zones it could be a little pricey. But all in, I'm talking food, I'm talking I'm talking services, I'm talking property taxes that I put money to the side. I'm living a life that would probably cost me in the States $10,000 a month for about $1,000.
Yeah, and that's
everything.
House, what would this house cost in the States to live?
Oh, well, first off, it's going to run you just to buy a minimum 300K or more, maybe 500K. Yeah. I mean, there's not many properties in the States, depending on where you live, unless you're going to like buy it, like say you're going to maybe buy like a foreclosure, buy something like a fixer-upper. You're not going to buy a new property for less than 400, 350, 400.
And a 350 brand new 350 is not going to be much of anything.
Yeah, it's going to be maybe, if you're lucky, 1,000 square feet. You spend $400,000 pretty much anywhere in South America, you're going to have... You could
damn near live in the presidential palace for that.
You're going to have one of the most badass homes. And I'm not even going to call it, let's call it a compound. You're going to have an incredible driveway. You're going to have... And then even if you do have to pay, like some of these really nice properties, you do have to pay, like at least where I've seen in big cities, like HOA. Mm-hmm. But the HOA is like, okay, you got a 5,000 square foot house and you're paying $100 a month in HOA, where like a 5,000, and to be a part of a community, which is unheard of. So like I said, what Gino said, what I said, I live a really good life on about, just call it $1,000 a month. Properties paid off, property taxes less than $50 a month, HOAs less than $50 a month, food's less than $200 a month, is about $200 a month, service is about $125. So I live really good on less than $1,000. I'll have a tally on screen, but you're not going to do that anywhere else. Anything else you want to say? And then
it is. I get people telling me, I don't know where they get their information on how freaking dangerous it is and how they're killing gringos in Medellín, and they are. But that's from, some of those guys are just being stupid. And the rest of the story is, it is no more dangerous than LA, Compton, Chicago, Atlanta, Philadelphia, your Albuquerque, New Mexico, for Christ's sakes. I mean, the #1 crime capital in the world. Albuquerque is the #1 crime?
That's crazy.
That's crazy. And you guys want to say that we're nuts for living here because it's so dangerous? Sorry, guys. This ain't Kansas, but it ain't Chicago either.
And one more thing, I agree with you. You basically took the words out of my mouth on that. Learn some Spanish. If you could learn a little bit of Spanish, I just recorded a whole video in Spanish. If you could learn a tiny bit of Spanish, it'll take you miles. Because
because
speak the language.
You can get by for a few days, for a little while with your translator. But if you plan to come down here and stay for any length of time, you better learn some Spanish. The rest of that story is, and this is my pet peeve.
Yeah.
My pet peeve is these guys that come down here hang out only in expat groups.
Yeah.
With expat buying only American groceries. What's the point?
Yeah.
Stay where you are.
Yeah.
You know? It's not going to do, that's not the point of moving to Colombia. The point of moving to Colombia, it's a beautiful culture, it's beautiful weather, and you get beautiful friends, and we both speak Spanish.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't that hard. No. Well, thank you, Gino, for joining me on this video.
You betcha, Brad.
I'm going to take the camera real quick and show them this view. Show them this view. Incredible. So, there we have it. You guys want to go check out Gino, it's Gino Perez Adventures, and we'll see you guys later. Peace.
So there we go. You're going to get the background. A ver, todo despacito, despacito. And don't forget, this is the first day of the rest of your life, and if nothing changes, nothing changes. And we'll see you on the flip side. Thank you.